Lucy's Vegan Kitchen, and it is December 2012, and today's meal is going to be a vegan, gluten-free, mostly gluten-free, and mostly organic burger, fries, and shake. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sunshine burgers, okay? Right now behind me I have cooking organic russet potatoes at a medium heat. The kind of oil I'm using is a high flash point spectrum canola and olive oil. Perfect for everyday cooking. Alright, and this one is particularly used for higher temperatures because you can't do that with normal olive oil. So I'm just going to go through the normal process here. I'm going to slice a couple of organic white onions thinly. These are going to go on the sandwich. And instead of buns, I'm going to use a relatively gluten-free, but not completely gluten-free, organic spelt bread from Trader Joe's. What I like to do is toast the bread lightly. So I'm just going to throw it in the toaster here and get it going. When everything is done, we're going to be using some yellow mustard. And I like the sugar-free, unsweetened Westbury Naturals ketchup because it tastes more like tomato and it cuts down on the sugar. So let me tell you a little bit about these garden herb sunshine burgers. I've tried a lot of different vegan burgers, and to me, these are the best. Organic sunshine burgers. Now they have like a whopping 90% vitamin A, a lot of magnesium, 30%, a lot of iron, folate, zinc, and calcium. Alright, so I'm going to go back over here to my potatoes, and you start with the potatoes because potatoes take longer to cook than anything. Alright, I cut them really small because I want them to cook faster if I'm in a hurry. I only started this meal about 3 minutes ago, maybe 5 minutes ago, now 2:02, and I just want to show you that you have to, every 2 or 3 minutes you have to kind of come on over here with the camera a little bit closer to the food. Show that these are browning. Now you can put some onions in here if you want, but I'm not going to do that. I like my onions mostly raw because they have quercetin in them, and that helps with allergies, seasonal allergies, and they also boost your immunity if you eat them raw. So I'm jumping around a little bit here. The other thing we're going to make is a shake, a vegan shake, and it's so easy. We're just going to use my favorite, so delicious, dairy-free chocolate velvet vegan ice cream. You want to eat organic soy because it's not tampered with, it's not genetically modified. This does have some sugar in it, but it has protein, and it's dairy-free, it's vegan. So I'm going to grab the shake, the blender over here, and this is so easy. You'll see I just heat up my scooper, I like this one because it pushes but if you heat up your scooper first, the ice cream usually just slides right out, just like they do in the shops. And then you can just push the lever and it should come right out. Well, it's not coming right out, so we'll grab a spoon, scrape it out. Okay? Sometimes these little levers, that pink lever, can actually work against you. There's not much left in the bottom of this container, so instead of using the scoop, I'm going to scoop it out with a regular. We're just going to have a small shake. We're not going to have a big one. But this is good for protein, and you'd be amazed. Just these two ingredients. I like to use soy sometimes, and I sometimes like to use So Delicious coconut milk. Coconut has been now known to reduce, I'm going to pop my toast up, coconut reduces the chances of dementia or Alzheimer's. There's something in coconut. So, I'm going to stir my potatoes again here. I'm hearing that they're spinning a lot, and I like to put on these funny little sunglasses because I recommend if you have a real iron skillet like I have, and you're using a high flash point oil, you really need to have something to protect your eyes. One time they put a little oil in here. One time it spit at me and it hit me right in the eye. So, take these back off. And we're going to get back to our shake here. All I did was use the So Delicious and maybe about a cup, 3/4 of a cup of coconut milk. About 3 or 4 scoops and 1 cup of coconut milk. I put the lid on and I blend. It's just that easy. Okay, so I'm going to plug this in. And if you have cats, you might want to get them out of the kitchen because this is very loud and it scares them. It's going to make a really small chocolate shake here. Very small. You just keep going until you don't hear it making that sound anymore. Okay, so I have my favorite shake glass here. Okay. This was $1 from a really cool restaurant. I liked it. They gave it to me from the 2009 Cleveland National Air Show. I guess it's a commemorative cup, and I just like it because it's really thick and it kind of reminds me of the old shake shops. So there's your shake. The photographer gets to have the shake today. Save me a sip. And it tastes just as good, and the texture and the flavor are the most important things with food. Texture and flavor, and the shake is just as good as any shake that's made with milk, but it doesn't have the dairy in it. And we know that dairy has something in it called casein. Casein has been known to cause cancer and aggravate people with autistic symptoms. Just like gluten, casein is another modern-day culprit in our diet. Milk and wheat are some of the worst things for humans to eat. So, our fries are almost done. I'm going to take out the sunshine burgers. Okay? They used to come 3 to a pack now. I don't know if they're still 3 to a pack. Sometimes they're 2. But you can see these are like frozen. They don't look like much, but they taste wonderful. In fact, I use these in another recipe of stuffed green peppers. So I'm just going to spread my fries apart a little bit, part them, and put the sunshine burgers, you're having one, right, in the middle, okay? So that get all the fries out of the way because you don't want the burgers to cook on. And they only take about 4 minutes because they're pre-cooked, all right? You put the lid back on. Always keep the lid on for convection. So I'll tell you what's in these. Organic cooked brown rice, organic raw ground sunflower seeds, organic carrots, organic spices, and sea salt. And there's only about, well, there is 200 milligrams. There are 200 milligrams of salt in here, but remember, this is sea salt, okay? It's not table salt. So it has essential elements in it. Trace elements, I mean. So we have our foundation, okay? We're going to flip those burgers in about 2 minutes. Now sometimes what I like to do, and I use this in a lot of my things, it has Bragg's amino acids. We can use it as a soy sauce replacement without all the salt, and it gives you the same flavor. It also has all the main amino acids in it, including glutamic acid. Okay? There's something in here that also helps boost your mood. If you're vegan, I recommend it. All right? Another great Bragg's products, and you can gently shake this. You can actually pour a teaspoon of this over your fries. It's like having fries with malt on them. It's wonderful. Without all that unhealthy grain-based malt. So I'm going to get out a couple of plates. And this whole meal, I've only been talking for about 7 minutes, and I started 3 minutes before that. So we've only been working here for 10 minutes. I've already finished my shake. That's ready to go. Got our toast ready. Okay, we're going to butter the toast. Now I use Earth Balance. I don't use real butter because I don't eat dairy. I'm vegan. Earth Balance is better than the competitor, and I can't think of the name of the competitor, but this does not have genetically modified products in it. Okay? It's expeller pressed palm, soybean, canola, and olive. I'm not too crazy about palm oils, but this one is expeller pressed organic. Alright? No MSG, no alcohol, no gluten. All right? And the lactic acid is non-dairy. It's derived from sugar beets. So it's really organic, it's really vegan, and it's really gluten-free. Okay? Normally the toast is a little hotter so that the butter melts nicely. You want to get more of a melty butter, and this isn't melting, but we can always put it back in for about 20 seconds. Let's do that, because I like to get my butter kind of melty. Excuse me. Okay? And then after I'm done putting this in, I'm going to flip my sunshine burgers. You don't want to leave that toast in too long because it's kind of risky to do that with butter on it or oils on it. Incidentally, I don't wash this thing out every time I use it. It's not like you're drinking out of it and you have mouth germs. You just rinse it out with everything together and then put it in a strainer. It's a lot less work. Anything that makes your life easier in the kitchen, which doesn't look like it is right now because it's a mess. Okay, now I'm going to flip my burgers. As soon as I flip my burgers, I'm going to check the toast and pull it out. Okay, now sometimes, bring the camera over here if you would. The sunshine burgers, you don't want to overcook them. They really don't take very long. You can already see it's starting to crumble a little bit. It's really nicely browned. Okay, you can see that. Very nicely browned. Okay, and then you flip it. Okay, flip that toast up, would you? Thank you. And I'm going to flip the other burger, the other sunshine burger. Okay. You really want to wait when you're making this lunch, this meal. You really don't want to put your sunshine burgers in until the last 5 minutes because your fries have to be really pretty well cooked before you put them in. You don't want to wind up with half-cooked fries. Okay. So I like to put things away when I'm finished to make more counter space. You have a minute or two or a few seconds between tasks. It's always good to put stuff away. Okay, so now we have more melty butter. That's more what we're looking for. Got his mouth. Kitty's crying in the other room. He's got his mouse and he's yowling. Okay, he's got his mouse and I've got my vegan burgers. So we're going to put some ketchup and mustard while we're waiting on the bread. Okay, I like a lot of mustard. Mustard has turmeric in it. My favorite is Eden Organic. And by the way, Eden does not use BPA in its products. And you want to look for the number 1 or 2 or 4 number on the bottom. That means that it's safer for your health if food has been stored in it and it's more recyclable. Eden has number 2 on the bottom. I'll wash my hands because I just licked my fingers. Eden Organic also has a line of canned foods that are organic, and they were the first in the industry to eliminate bisphenol A or BPA from their food lining, can lining. Okay? So now I'm going to use some of this wonderful ketchup. If you like ketchup, you're going to like this brand because it doesn't have the sugar in it, all right? It's very ketchup-y. It's for ketchup for adults. Wax paper bags, better for the environment. No chemicals when you store food in them. I'm going to take some onion rings now, all right, and put them on the sandwich. There you go. Doesn't that look nice? Maybe take a little bit of romaine, all right. Rip it in half or 3s and put it there on top like that. Turn off the heat. Unplug the toaster. You don't want to leave things plugged in. Put away your coconut milk. So delicious coconut milk. And so delicious dairy-free organic chocolate velvet ice cream. Truly the best. If you like chocolate ice cream, you will like this. Okay? So a lot of people wonder about spices and salts. What I always tell people is if you can't eat a lot of salt, this is great. Again. And if you do eat salt, what you want is something that is sea salt. Don't eat a lot of salt, but if you want some salt, use sea salt. Don't use table salt. Table salt is made with other things attached to the molecule. You don't want that. Okay, so we're going to take the lid off of this. And we're going to start serving up the fries. Okay. There we go. See how nice and brown those fries are? They're ready to go. So just scoop them up out of there. Try not to rip up the hamburger while you're doing it. It's not really a hamburger, it's a sunshine burger. And again, sunshine burgers are vegan, organic, and gluten-free. If you're really hungry and you're going to have a big workout later in the day, potatoes are a great thing to eat. Potatoes get a bad rap. Organic russets are packed with natural, healthy vitamins, vitamin C. Okay? So the cook always eats the mistake, right? So I made two mistakes here. I broke these burgers up a little bit, so I'll take the uglier one. Really, it all goes down the same way. It doesn't matter. Okay, but this one I'm going to put on here. Look at that. Doesn't that look just as good as any? And nobody has to get hurt. Okay? So we're going to take our sandwich, move the pan off of there so it doesn't keep cooking. You don't want to overcook it. So look at that. Beautiful, huh? We got in just 12 minutes, we've made a burger and fries and a shake. There's your sunshine burger with all your condiments. Take the piece of bread out. You really do want to butter the bread to make it more moist. Now, if you want, you can use some vegan mayonnaise. I do have some. Maybe we'll put a little bit of that on. Trader Joe's sells some excellent vegan products. Trader Joe's has a reduced fat mayonnaise, cholesterol and dairy-free. Okay, and there's no animal products in this, and it's only about $3 for a 32-ounce jar. It's gluten-free. Okay, I believe it's gluten-free. I'm not sure. All right, so those of you who really have to have mayonnaise on your hamburger or your sandwich, then here you go. You just put it on there, slather it on. Okay. All right, and it's not that fattening really. There's no more calories than there are fat in it. It is soy-based, so we have our burger and fries, okay, with more ketchup here. And I always like to take a little sea salt. Not a lot. And I do have some pepper. I'm going to go grab and come right back. Okay, now, I recommend having your own pepper grinder because it tastes much better. But second to that is just ready ground, organic. Try as much as possible to buy organic spices because the other ones are irradiated. You don't know what they've been treated with. The best is Frontier because they're also fair trade. Okay? So, there you have it. Vegan, fries, shake, and burger. And it tastes every bit as good as it looks. Moist, nothing's missing, the texture, the flavor, and so much healthier than all that saturated animal fat. Enjoy vegan and Lucy's Vegan Kitchen. This guy's not vegan.